Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of our Hearts of Iron series as a filler for Grand Technician until I actually get my new PC. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we have a infantry division for the trucks that is about to come off, but a lot of them cannot actually train because they don't have enough equipment. And that is because we're so short on trucks right now. But that will eventually change. That's fantastic. Alright, let's get the game running here. I would say in this episode we're probably gonna invade Poland here, which is going to be extremely, extremely needed. National focuses. Let's get workers' rights. Then it'll get our factory efficiency going a little more. And we're doing 4.4 trucks per day. We're about 1,600 trucks in debt right now because we just got some more men. But honestly, we do sorely need more divisions. So I'm not gonna complain either way. Where are we at in regards to the construction here? Okay, we're starting to get the top one done here. So we're gonna get some more civilian factories coming up here. Alright. I'd like to have two spots where there's two spots with 15 factories working on something. But that's gonna obviously take some time as well. I'm gonna go into the machine gun 2. No, maybe I won't. Okay, so I think at this point we probably want to get the next mechanical computing and then to help our research a little more, and then we'll get the radio. Actually, we got 140 stages. That's actually quite a bit, to tell you the truth. Which reminds me, I probably want to build some aircraft fields on the border here of Poland, just so we can have more airplanes in the airfields and that. So I think, okay, there's a level 6 one here. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and just make these two fields massive. I'm gonna push those to the top just so that they get done, right? And that way we don't have to worry about, hey, we need to, which reminds me, how much political power do we have? We do have a decent amount, to be fair, but I think we need 150 to hire Hermann Goering. So, that being said, I do want to actually just wait a little bit, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna build a version of the Stuka that is a little better than usual, so that we can use it further ranged. But I do want to get those airfields done so we can put a whole crap load of airplanes in there, because they actually do help quite a bit substantially. So I think that's the way I want to go with that. No question, we are short 39 fighters, which at this point is not that bad. We got 146 Stukas, which is why I'm building the airfields the way I am, because they are going to be a pivotal factor in what we're about to do. And not to mention, these things usually build pretty quick. So that is part of the reason I did it like that. I think I want to get another free military factory, so what I'm going to do is actually expand the Luftwaffe, and we should get a free military factory, I would think. I think that's what it gives us on top of a couple air bases. But these airfields that are being built on the border of Poland, they're going to really have some real massive airplane squadrons in there. Okay, I think we got enough political power to actually do that. So I'm gonna hire Hermann Goering as one of the officers here, just so that we can get some free air command XP, so I can build these two planes the way I want to actually do that by the time the war shows up. It's going to affect our production efficiency, but it should not affect that terribly. It's going to be done around May, so maybe March or something I'll put the guys on the border. I just want to give them as many divisions as possible before, saying that, hey, we can't do this. We do have a production company upgrade, and that's for the Mauser. I like this, to be honest. I really do. So let's go ahead and get this, because it increases the cap and it also increases the efficiency of those things being produced. Our airfields are just about done. At least one of them is almost done. So we'll go back to building the construction factories at this point. And another airfield upgrade is just about done. Now we only got one more. And I believe if I go, I was wrong about the military factory here, but I think that might be on the army section here. So let's go ahead and get this, the develop modern maneuver warfare, and then I'll try to get some more military factories, because we definitely sorely need the military factories. We could probably back down on this Stuka for now, but I'm kinda hesitant to do that for now, because we really don't have a whole lot. We do have, quite the stockpile for what it is this part of the game, but it's not exactly ideal. We are short 11 fighters, so we are in a better position in regards to those. And we're doing about 4.5 trucks per day at this point, so that's a decent amount. I would take some factories off of fighters, but we're only doing 4 in a single week, right? And so it needs to be a lot faster. 1,600 in debt again. So, which really seems bad, but right now I'm just trying to build up the military forces to be able to run through Poland like it's butter. So that's kind of why I'm allowing that to transpire. Actually, let's start to get these bottlenecks taken care of. We'll worry about the construction factories a little bit later, because we need to get these bottlenecks taken care of so that we don't have as many supply issues by the time the war shows up, which we really don't have that long of time. So I gotta knock out as much of these as possible before this actually kicks off. That might be enough to, make a difference, but I'm just gonna put all of my railroads in front of the construction factories. Now, I don't expect to get done with these naval bases in time, but I at least want most of these railroad connections done. And they fly through quite fast, since we have so many factories working on 13 on one and 15 on the other, so they're gonna fly right through that, to be perfectly honest. But I do actually want to place the guys on the board right at this point, because we're going to start to go to war with them around May or something like that. But let me make sure that we're not going to get stabbed by the Brits. No, we are fine. Okay, that is good. I am going to, at this point, draw up an attack line to go right through Warsaw into Radom and something artillery. So if I put a whole battalion of artillery in one of those divisions, it's not going to be helpful, because we're just going to go further in debt. So we're just going to use what we have for right now. We need the trucks right now, so I'm actually going to place this factory on the trucks, and then we'll start producing the anti-tank again at a later point. But I am glad that we actually have them unlocked, because that way we can just put a factory on them and be done with them. Alright, it is the Spanish Civil War going off right now. I'm not going to concern myself with that. I got my own issues here. Okay, we're doing 5 of these trucks per day, and it's going to be more, and that's when we first put the factory on there, but it's rising in efficiency quite fast. Alright, so now that we have that, we got some military XP for that, so that is actually good. But what I'm really running after here is that free military factory. I think it's this motorcycle that gives us that. Yes, it's the motorcycle one. So I'm gonna go with Person Legacy, because we're not gonna be using tanks too much. It's gonna be primarily heavy aircraft and heavy infantry that's very, very fast. And when I say heavy, I'm not saying like class is heavy. I'm just saying we're gonna use a lot of those two things. So that is that's the game plan. Just produce as much trucks as possible. Blitzkrieg these guys, really. Oh crap, I forgot to choose technology. And I also got a company upgrade. This is the infantry tank upgrade, so I'm gonna give them breakthrough, even though we're not making tanks right now. I do plan on getting back to producing tanks, but right now that's not on the priority list. To be perfectly honest with you guys, it's not something I want to do right now. Okay, we got enough aerial XP to actually build an upgrade. I'm gonna get rubber processing, because upgrading that would actually be real nice. Concentrated industry 1, that is fantastic. And we're going to get the 37 machine tools right after that. I'm gonna go into excavation, so that there's a we can get to construction 2, excavation 2, and that sort of thing. Alright, so let's work on this variant of the fighter and the Stuka at this point. So we have the fighters we need at this point, but we're actually going to work on a upgraded version of this. Primarily all I'm gonna do, focusing on this, is I'm actually going to, what does this actually do if you put this on here? I'm just absolutely curious. So it mainly harms the plane. So it's a recon camera, But if it actually helped with the breakthrough or something like that, I would say, okay, maybe it's worth doing, but no, it's definitely not something that I think is worth doing. Sticking on some cannons here, this thing is going to be a beast, that's for sure. Small modules, okay, drop tanks, dive brakes. Alright, so I think we're going to put extra fuel tanks on this thing, and we're going to change the engine to a dual engine so that we have the power to actually do what we want to do with it. The agility's going to go down a little bit, but other than that, I think putting cannons and the standard machine guns we got here is actually something that might actually be worth doing. So that's going to be the 109. I'm going to say that I want to put this as the 109A. That way we know that this is the one that we manufactured. Okay? The 109A is now being put into production, is 3.5 per week. And then we also need to make another variant of the Stuka, which we have plenty of XP to actually do. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to find the Stuka, and I'm going to do a lot of missile slot. Interesting. We're going to say extra fuel tanks. And then I'm going to put some more bombs on this thing. Anti-tank cannon. That actually might ground attack plus 8. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And then yeah, the agility just kind of went down the toilet, but I don't know, maybe we want to take the turret off and just kind of put some extra range on this thing again. What does dive brakes actually do? Naval targeting, air defense, okay, close air support, fast strike. Okay, I'm gonna put dive brakes on this thing because typically you do put dive brakes on a dive bomber. That is pretty standard. I'm going to make this the JU87A so that we know that it's that variant that's being manufactured. I do have the switch used to be double engine so that they can actually fly and whatnot with all this stuff on there. The ground attack should be pretty decent though on this thing. And there's some pretty negative debuffs on this, but I'm thinking it will still be pretty cool. Yeah, the ground attack is actually pretty nasty. So we're gonna put that close air support stuff in there and get those things rolling off the assembly lines. We do have 1,500 trucks in debt at this point. We're almost making 6 per day at this point. So that is very, very good. We just got the machine tools for 1937. I'd like to make some more airplanes. I don't think the production is quite high enough for those, but we don't have the military factories as of right now. 1937 concentrated industry, that will help immensely with the production issues that we're having. I wouldn't say exactly issues, but we're definitely not producing enough. But that 1937 upgrade is definitely going to be extremely helpful. I do want to probably, let's pause the game for a second here. I'm going to go to the air screen here and make sure that we have some dive bombers and the new fighters in the new airfields. Yeah, so I'm gonna put some of the JU standard in here. These are not the upgraded version, but definitely they should get switched out once we get the production where it needs to be with those. I wish this was a lot more fighters being made and bombers being made, but what are you gonna do? We need trucks more desperately than anything, so I mean we're in the positive for the planes. They're just being the old ones are being phased out, so I'm not going to complain like at all. But we did put an anti-tank cannon that new fighter, which is going to be fantastic. I actually can't wait to use that because it's going to make our ground strike real easy. Now we're going to focus on getting at least one more military factory, which will be absolutely nice to have. And I will be putting that on trucks as well because we're so short on those. As right now, we're exactly very short on trucks. Where are we at in regards to the construction queue? Okay. So they are pumping these out, which is good. They're pumping these out quite fast, actually. Accidentally. Okay, so now we have the war goal, which means I'm gonna slow down the game to probably 1 speed for now, just to see what happens. But I don't think we'll have too much of an issue. We are short 1,600 trucks, but that is okay, I think. It might give us a little bit of a debuff, but we'll see what actually happens. Let's see how this plays out, guys. Declare war. Okay. Let's see how we do. We're actually doing quite well right now, but we will see how that actually plays out in the declare war. Oh, that's right. I need to get the airfields going here so we can get air supremacy and all that. There we go. That should help. That should help. There we go. That's a lot better now. That is definitely a lot better now. Okay, we got air supremacy, which is nice. Let's go back to the the army situation, I should say. Finish what they're doing and run right through them. Yeah, we're absolutely crushing them actually, on most sides. There are some losing battles, but it's not very prevalent. A lot of it's like the Reich is just pumping right through these guys like they're butter, which is to be expected because Poland is like really weak, to be perfectly honest. We do need some factories, so I think producing more trucks is actually in order. So I'm gonna put more factories on trucks. The Polish on that one side have actually a terrible supply situation. So yeah, we're running through this quite easy. The guys with the terrible supply situation are about to break right now. Like we're just running through these guys like it's crazy. I mean, we started the war a little later than I wanted to, but we're definitely in a better situation in regards to equipment in terms of airplanes. So I mean, I think that was a good idea. We're still short on thousands of trucks if we're being completely honest. But as far as airplanes, we're in a better situation. So I am definitely not going to, not to complain about that, like at all. I'm gonna make sure that these, how much rubber do we have left? Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is making sure that we produce enough fighters at this point. Because, I mean, we are cranking out trucks, I think, faster than we're losing them. So, I'm just gonna make sure we're making enough fighters at this point. Man, this is crazy. It's just, hello, Polish, let me slap you in the face. I mean, losing on some fronts, but most fronts it's, you know, get wrecked. And we're about to get to Warsaw, actually, quicker than I actually expected. Because this, what do you call it? This flank, if you will, is not doing as good as this one. So, it's definitely going better than I expected, to be fair. I do need to get some new technologies, so just give me a minute. I kind of completely forgot about that. Let's go and get 1937 construction. It's going to take about 200 days or so. Great War. Okay. It's telling me that I have some extra planes I can, but at the same time, we really don't. Yeah, we're winning big time on this side. And it's starting to get a little better over here, but this side here is just, we're absolutely wrecking them. This is going very, very good. I'm gonna upgrade this general here, make him a infantry expert, make sure we get everybody the perks and whatnot, infantry specialist. Alright, we are having some supply issues, but it might just be, hey, we need to connect the depots to what we just captured. So let me take a look at what we got going on here. And we got more soldiers, which is fantastic actually. Because now we got more boots on the ground, so that'll be very, very good. Some of these divisions aren't very good in supplies right now, but that's to be expected. I did do what I can to avoid it, kind of. We are pumping fuel faster than I would like, but I think we'll be alright. Wow. We got another air combat ace person. That's very, very good. And honestly, I should have actually upgraded the fuel things a little more, but that's alright, I guess. What's the national focus I want to do? We're going to upgrade the Navy, actually. Yeah, we are actually very, very, very close to running out of fuel. And that's actually kind of not good. I'm going to stop the attack just to see if we can't, you know, and we're actually going to return the airplanes to their bases and that, because we're burning fuel faster than we can get it, which is not very good at all. Let's prioritize these. I should have just focused on the normal infantry at the beginning. That was my mistake, but I really wanted to get these done, to be honest. Like, I wanted to fly through the Polish, but it ended up being a tactical mistake, honestly, because now we can't get it quick enough to, but I think I am going to send the airplanes back, to be honest, once we take Warsaw, so that they don't really have an airfield to use. And this is really concerning though, because we have 63 days worth of fuel, which really isn't good at all. Oh man. Yeah, I should have just used the regular infantry, guys. That's my mistake. I should have just waited until after this war to pump out the mobile infantry, because will be burning fuel faster, but hopefully we'll have some more guys on the line so we'll get through faster. I think we'll be alright. It's just we can't make that mistake again. Before I go to war, I gotta make sure that we have enough fuel pumping through the Reich to supply this massive fuel guzzling army here, which we're about to wreck a lot of these troops. A lot of these troops are about to get destroyed here, and Warsaw is about to fall, so that's a good thing. That's the good news. That is definitely the good news, but it's taken me longer than it did before off screen because I didn't use the normal infantry that much. So I used the normal infantry, which is what I really should have done at the time. But these mobile infantry, they work very, very well. Actually, to tell you the truth. Man, I can't believe I was that stupid. That's alright though. We'll get through here, I think. Yeah, Warsaw is about to fall, like right now, so they're gonna be on their last leg here. Warsaw, come on, get to Warsaw, guys. Get to Warsaw. Yeah, we just took Warsaw. Great. Fantastic. That's what we needed there. Now I'm gonna draw up a new attack line here, and we're going to try and go for their new capital, and that's how we're going to do things. Draw up a new attack line to go for this is going to be weird, but no, let's cancel that order because I want the whole army to do it, not just you, bro, please, not just you. I'm about to end the episode, guys, but I'm going to try and get everything set up before we actually end this one. We're about halfway through Poland, which is actually good. Okay, now we get a mass order to invade Poland. We got 16 days worth of fuel, which is not great at all, but what are you going to do? It is what it is. That's what comes with being stupid. But, okay, so right now our fuel is filling up a little bit, which is a good thing. I'm going to send them and just try to get the Stun to go for the capital that they currently have and try to just end this war here. Man, this is crazy, okay? Those guys are falling back. Okay, this is just going alright, despite being low on fuel. This is alright. We're completely out of fuel at this point, but we're still going, so that's good. Actually, like, I'd like to get through one before I actually end the episode here. Yeah, we're just slicing through these guys. In most places, it's ridiculous. In most places, it's just, hi, let me smack you in the face. Just slicing through these guys right now. Which is, again, quite easy to do. We all know Poland's weak as crap, but we're doing this so fast. I mean, slower than I'd like to, but now that we're really going in there, oh yeah, that's some big, that is some big chunks right there. That's nice. It's gonna break now. I'm willing to bet, guys, that this war is gonna last much longer. Yep, there we go. Capitulation. All right. So we're gonna take all of the states, and I know we don't exactly need it, but we're also gonna take what navy they actually have. That was nice. That was real nice. I liked how that went, despite being almost out of fuel here. Alright. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a blessed day. And for now, God bless.